Well, one thing for sure is everybody's trying to get a business loan for bad credit instant approval. And in today's conversation, what I want to do is I want to address a very important question. How do you get a massive loan easily and quickly? Okay, we are speaking about business loans for bad credit instant approval. Don't go anywhere. You're going to love today's conversation. I guarantee it. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sort of Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you're to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to speak to you about business loans for bad credit instant approval. How do you get a massive loan easily, folks? Okay. And the first thing you need to do, boss, I want you to listen to me. Really, the first thing you need to do is to identify the lenders. Not every lender will qualify when it comes to business loans for bad credit instant approval. So you really want to be specific. You want to zero in on specific lenders, okay? Focus on lenders that provide business loans for bad credit instant approval. Don't talk to traditional banks or credit unions because their criteria are out of your league. I just want to say this right off the bat. I don't want you to waste your time. Don't listen to people who are trying to razzle dazzle you, telling you can apply for a bad credit business loan if you go to Navy Fed or a Chase. No, it doesn't work that way. You want to focus on specific lenders, okay? First, you want to think about Rapid Finance. And this is great if you're looking for product availability. And so they offer lines of credit, merchant cash advances, and small business administration bridge loans from $5,000 to $1 million. So we're talking about good money here, okay? $1 million. And approval in 24 hours is available with 1-day disbursement. So this is fantastic. The second lender is On Deck. Okay, and this is great for short-term loans. Again, we are speaking about if you have bad credit, you want to have instant approval loans. There are lenders you want to talk to, and On Deck is great because this is an online lender that provides small businesses with term loans and lines of credit. Okay, and this is kind of cool. So they actually disperse lines of credit, term loans, and so the maximum loan amount $2 million. Okay, then you have a third lender, Beast Credit. And what we love with Business Credit is that they have a constellation of loan options. All right. And you're not really limiting yourself to one loan. You have lines of credit, you have merchant cash advances, you have business term loans, and the maximum loan amount, $5 million. Did you hear that, boss? $5 million instantly. As long as you have the right paperwork, you have all the information needed, you might get approved for a business loan that goes all the way to $5 million. And the fourth lender I want to acquaint you with is Bluevine. And Bluevine is kind of cool when you're thinking about business line of credit, okay? Even if you have bad credit, but you have good cash flows, they will work with you. And we love the fact that Bluevine is great for term loans, for lines of credit, for invoice factoring. Okay, recently they have been focusing more on lines of credit, but they will work with you if you're looking for a term loan and you have the right paperwork. They might have a customized funding program for you. So the first thing you need to do is you want to identify the lenders. This is really important. The second thing I want you to do, boss, I want you to check the loan types because we're sitting here talking about business loans for bad credit instant approval, but you better have a clear idea about the types of loans you are looking for. Okay, it's really important. Why? Because this is going to determine how you allocate your energy, what kind of lenders you speak to. Don't try to waste your time talking to all lenders. No, because the loan you want will determine the lender you are talking to. This might sound like logic to you, but it is really important. It is, and you'll be surprised. A lot of borrowers forget this simple logic, what I call country logic. They forget this country logic when reaching out to lenders. Okay, so when we talk about loan typology, we are talking about term loans, for example. Okay, you are talking about business lines of credit. You can think about business equipment loans. You have invoice financing or factoring programs. You have merchant cash advances. So those are the different types of programs you might qualify for. By the way, let's just quickly define what we mean by merchant cash advance. So an MCA, a merchant cash advance, is an advance on your firm's future sales and can deliver quick access to capital. So you'll often repay the advance as a percentage of your daily credit card and debit card receipts plus fees. In other words, if you have electronic sales, you might qualify for MCAs. Okay, but if you have cash sales, if you're dealing a lot with liquidity with cash transactions, you might not qualify. And one thing we also need to say, and this is a big decision time, I really want you to talk to me right now, boss. Talk to me. Do you have a bad credit right now? By the way, what do we mean by bad credit score? Well, if you have a FICO that goes below 670, okay, you might be in the bad credit category. Some people call it poor credit, fair credit, bad credit, but you are not in the stellar credit category, less than 670. So the first thing you need to do is that you want to check your credit score to be sure that you actually have bad credit. It's very important because if you check your credit score, you might identify some issues, some derogatory items that you want to clean real fast. That's what you want. You want to clean it as fast as possible. And once you clean that, this might actually result in a bump in your credit score. And you might also want to check your business credit score if you do have one. If you don't have one, this is about time that you start building a business credit score. That you send your information to Dun & Bradstreet. You send your info to Equifax and Experian and LexisNexis and other players out there. It's really important. Okay, so first step, you want to identify lenders. The second step, you need to check the loan types. The third step, you need to get prepared. Did you hear that? I want you to write it down right now. I want you to write it down right now. It's about time you get prepared. If you don't sit there just listening to me and say, okay, I want to have a business loan for bad credit instant approval, and you are not prepared. It takes preparation. Boss, it takes preparation. Listen to this. You need to start thinking about improving your personal credit. Yeah. You want to present your personal finances as attractively as possible, okay? The thing here is that a lot of lenders pay attention to your personal credit, okay? You need to be responsible in terms of how you use your credit cards, how you use your loans. You need to clean up. If you have some issues going on privately right now and there are just culminating in a bad credit score, you really want to stop that. You want to arrest that negative, that adverse development in your life so you have better credit. Okay, you want to also build your business credit score. That's what I'm talking about in terms of preparation. If you want to establish a business credit history, consider opening small business credit products. This is important. A business credit card, a line of credit, and you want to do it right. You want to start doing this right now. Don't wait until the last minute when you're ready to apply for a business loan for bad credit instant approval, and then you're just sitting around. Okay, I'm just gonna open a business credit card because no, it takes time. Hey, it takes time. So you better start now building your business credit right now, so that in 3 months from now, 6 months from now, you're ready to apply for the business loan for bad credit instant approval that you need. Also, think about writing a solid business plan. I've said this on this show and other shows. Please do not make me buy a glossary, buy a dictionary. I need no almanac to read your business plan. Break it down for me. Use country logic, what I call country logic. Say it like it is. Make it plain. When we talk about writing a compelling business plan, a lot of people talk about, oh, well, this is it has to be 100 pages. It has to be convoluted. No. I just want you to talk to me conversationally. Okay. I want you to write a business plan that is conversational, but also that explains how your business is going to make money. This is important. Tell me how you are going to make money. Tell me where your business has been, where it is right now, and where it is going. And cash flows are important. I want you to explain to me, and the lender for that matter, how your business is going to generate revenue. Okay. This is important. This is part of the preparation I've been talking about. And when you're ready to start a business plan, a business loan application, make sure that you answer these questions. Why do you need the loan? How do you plan to use the loan proceeds? What collateral, such as business equipment or other assets, will you pledge? Has your business applied for other loans? Be ready to answer those questions. The fourth step you need to follow here is to pick wisely. It's important. Why are you just wasting your time and energy just selecting the wrong lender? Hello? Anybody home? Did you get that? I want you to pick wisely. Don't waste your time on a lender that doesn't care about your business or doesn't have the right profile for you. Be picky. Yeah. I mean, I don't care. If you have bad credit, you still have leverage. And your leverage is that you have a business, and you have a business that is hopefully generating revenue, right? And you're just trying to get a loan. So be picky. So you want to pay attention to loan options, eligibility requirements, the cost, customer service. I want you to read reviews about the lender. You want to watch shows like this so you have a clear idea of where you're sitting right now in terms of because listen, when we talk about a business loan for bad credit instant approval, you have to understand that it goes both ways, right? You are committing to the business, to the lender rather, and the lender is committing to your business. And you want to go into this equation very, very prepared. Okay, pick wisely. Money. Don't just fall for the lender that's giving you the most money. No, you want to pick a lender that has the most money, but also the cheapest APR, the best customer service, that also serves or has served your industry in the past. Okay, and there are a few things you need to pay attention to. Pay attention to the loan options. Are you looking for a line of credit? Are you looking for a loan amount, a business loan? Are you looking for a business line of credit? Are you looking for a merchant cash advance in an invoice factoring program? Are you looking for? Talk to me about what you're looking for. Be clear. I want you to write it down. What am I looking for? Why do I need the money for? Is it short term? Is it long term? I want you to really get into that sort of analytical adventure. I want you to think about it, right? That's what it is. That way you have a clear idea of what you're looking for, what kind of lender you are going to get the money from, and most importantly, how you are able to repay the loan back. It's important. And when we talk about eligibility requirements, those are different based on the lender you're going for. For example, some lender might ask you for a minimum personal credit score that is like 500. Some have a minimum years in business, minimum annual revenue. And also you want to pay attention to the cost. So you want to seek a lender with the lowest cost, including the APR, the annual percentage rate, the down payment, the factor rate, the origination fee, the underwriting fees, closing costs, additional fees, and so on and so forth. The fifth thing you need to do, the fifth step, folks, I want you to check eligibility. So you have identified the lenders, you have checked the loan types, right? You have gotten prepared, you did your homework, all that kind of stuff. You have picked wisely. Okay, so let's say you decided to go with, let's just take an example with Rapid Finance. Okay. It's always good, by the way, it's always good to pick two, because you never know. I mean, if one doesn't qualify you, you have one other lender to fall back on, right? And that just makes sense. And in some cases, we have seen people who actually applied for three. So you actually have three lenders, and God forbid one doesn't approve you. Guess what? You have two more. It's all about flexibility. Okay, it's all about having the flexibility. So when we talk about checking eligibility, we're speaking about making sure that your business suits the type of criteria they're asking you to have, right? So we're talking about business and personal credit scores. Lenders want you to have a certain threshold when it comes to annual business revenue and profits, your time in business, your debt to income ratio. This is important. Okay, so when we talk about debt to income ratio, we are talking about your a kind of ratio, a criterion that weighs your monthly debt against your gross income. Remember, it's always gross income. Okay, so you can calculate your DTI ratio by dividing your monthly debt by your gross income. This is important. Big decision time. I want you to talk to me right now about your DTI. Do you have a clear idea what your DTI is? Have you even calculated this DTI in the past? Talk to me about that. This is good. This is important. It is as important as is your debt service coverage ratio. I'm just throwing out here a couple of criteria that lenders might ask you as you are trying to apply for a business loan for bad credit instant approval. Okay, this is important. So when we talk about the DSCR, the debt service coverage ratio, it is a ratio that basically measures your business's annual net operating income in relation to its total annual debts. In other words, the lender just wants to make sure you can repay your debts, okay? And you also need to think about whether or not you have the right collateral for secure loans. And are you in the right industry? Or let me just ask the question otherwise. Does the lender cater to your industry? This is important because your industry, what we call here the macro environment, plays an important factor when it comes to qualifying you for a loan. That's because each industry has a different risk factor, and some lenders are restricted from working with certain industries, such as adult entertainment businesses, gambling businesses, and not-for-profit businesses. So before you apply, you want to contact the lender and check your industry's eligibility. Also, you want to have at least a business plan that is replete, that is filled with financial projections. You can talk about the purpose of using the funds, your industry outlook, do a little bit of competitive analysis, and so on and so forth. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweaty Kiwi Show. We are also having a conversation here about business loans for bad credit instant approval. How do you get a large one easily and quickly? So those are the key words here, the two key words, quickly and easily. And step number 6, you want to gather the paperwork, folks. This is really important. So when we talk about getting a paperwork for a business loan for bad credit instant approval, you need to understand you want instant approval. You better be ready, because nobody's going to give you their cash if you don't have the right information. And please, don't let nobody dazzle you with the words about, hey, you need revenue to qualify for business loans. Hey, you need revenue, yes, but most importantly, what you need is cash flow. Okay, cash flows, liquidity, because the lender doesn't give a about your revenue that much as it does about your cash flow. The lender gives a about your cash flows more than your revenue. Why? Because business revenue can be manipulated. You can change things around. If you're just trying to, if you want to comply with U.S. GAAP, generally accepted accounting principles in the United States, people can change things around from U.S. GAAP to IFRS. These things happen all the time. Talk to me about those when I was back working for Arthur Andersen as a CPA back in the days. We all know now what happened to Enron. So you can manipulate revenue, but you cannot manipulate, or let's just say it this way, cash flows are harder to manipulate. And lenders want to follow the money, and so should you. So you want to think about your cash flows. It's very important to pay attention to your cash flows. So when we talk about gathering paperwork, you want to have your bank statements, your personal and business tax returns ready, your business licenses and permits, your employer identification number, your EIN, proof of collateral. This is really important. Your balance sheet, a copy of your commercial lease. Okay, money. You also want to disclose whatever debt you have. This is important. Your accounts payable and accounts receivable agent, your ownership and affiliations. In other words, so when we talk about the business itself, what are the ownerships and affiliations? Is the business a subsidiary of another business? Is the business part of a conglomerate? All that kind of stuff. If you have legal contracts and agreements you want to disclose, your lender might want to see, depending on the amount you want to borrow, they might want to see your business insurance plans, your payroll records, your incorporation documents. We're speaking about articles of incorporation or articles of organization, okay, depending on the legal structure you have, and business plan, okay? This is important. But if you want to get a list of all required documents, you want to review your lender's website or contact them before applying. And 7, folks, here is the last step. So you're just sitting there, you're just thinking about, hey, you know what? I'm just going to apply for a business loan for bad credit instant approval. Let me just tell you something, folks. I want you to be flexible. Boss, listen to me. Listen right now. You want to be flexible. The reason is that I mean, you're trying everything you can to get the loan, but chances are you might not qualify for the loan. Let's be real, right? I'm not just trying to sit here and just tell you a story about, applying for a loan. I mean, these are steps that are basically proven, that we have used time and again, that we have advised our clients to use. Those are steps that are really potent, very powerful. However, every business is different. You might get a loan or not get a loan. What do? What is your backup plan? What is plan B? Plan B is you can lower the loan amount that you're asking for. Let's say you are asking for $250,000 and the lender is not okay with that. Well, guess what? Ask them if they will be able to fund you, let's say up to $100,000 or $75,000. That flexibility is important because it is really important because you want to get a foot in the door. And once you are in the house, once you are in the room, you can play around. You can actually repay the loan and borrow more. Okay. You can also try to add business partners. So the more you can, the stronger your credit worthiness, the better. What I'm trying to say here is that let's say you have a business with one owner, and you have bad credit. Okay. But what if you have 4 owners or 5 owners? They have maybe a bad to fair credit or bad to excellent credit. So this will actually even out. This will make the credit mix more interesting for a lender, and they might qualify you. Also trying to seek creative funding. Okay. Think about asking friends, family members, private investors, and potential customers to invest in your business. You can seek funding through a crowdfunding campaign using Indiegogo, Kickstarter, or GoFundMe. And you can also try to seek secured business funding. If you're going with the unsecured route and they don't approve you, go with something secured. And you can apply at your existing bank if you have a strong relationship with them. You never know. Try it, okay? So money. The bottom line here is that you can definitely get a small business loan, instant approval with bad credit. Not a problem. You just have to be prepared. You just have to follow the steps I have given you in this conversation, and you should be fine. So speaking about those steps, so number 1, you want to identify lenders. Number 2, you want to check the loan types. Number 3, get prepared. Number 4, you want to pick wisely. Number 5, check eligibility. Number 6, you want to gather paperwork. And number 7, you want to be flexible. Thank you so much for your attention, folks. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.